So welcome back to this little series with some tips and tricks for MX bikes, and in this video I will go over 5 tips that you need to know if you are playing MX bikes or are new to MX bikes. The last tip is super important, so I put it last so you can remember it, so make sure to watch the whole video, or you can just skip to that part, to be honest. So just quick before the video starts, this video is actually sponsored by me. I have started doing some coaching, so I do 60-minute sessions for $2. If you're interested, you can find all the information in my Discord, which is linked in the description. So the first tip is going to be to stand further into corners. So you can actually stand until the midpoint of most corners. This will of course vary depending on the corner, but this is a really good point to aim for in general. To be a little bit more specific, we want to stand until the turning point of the corner. The turning point of the corner is where we really start to initiate lean and sit down and lean forward. So you want to come into a corner and you stand all the way until the middle of the corner, where you start to lean over, sit down and lean forward. The reason we want to stand further into corners is because it is easier to control the bike and the rider while you are standing, and you don't actually need to sit down until the turning starts. And this brings me to the next tip. You don't actually need to lean your rider sideways in most corners. If you hit a corner which holds you really well, you do not need to lean sideways with the rider. And with that I mean leaning with your right stick. So when you sit down, just focus on leaning forward. You can have just a little bit of lean sideways, but you should mostly lean forward. Next up, we have a small tip, but it could definitely help you save some time on track, and that is going to be to shift while you are in the air. It could be over a jump, or when you get a little air from hitting a bump or something like that. So the reason we want to do this is because when you are shifting, the rider automatically shuts off the gas for a few tenths. So by shifting in the air, we actually avoid letting off the gas while we are on the track, because then we want to have as much time on the throttle as possible. However, if you're not really comfortable with the game, maybe you're a beginner, there are a lot more important things to focus on. The next tip is another small tip regarding shifting, and that is going to be to use quick shift. Again, don't worry too much about this if you are a beginner. Quick shift basically lets you shift faster than usual. So as I explained earlier, normally when you shift, the rider will automatically let off the gas for a few tenths. So by using quick shift, we're kind of avoiding this. However, this only works for the Husqvarna and KTM. If you want to use quick shift, I have a link in the description with a video on how to set it up. So the most important tip is to have your left stick to the upper edge on the controller while you are riding, and then you want to drag your stick along the upper edge to turn. This will make it way easier to turn, and you will feel that you have a lot more control. As you can see, I drag my stick along the edge of the controller when I'm turning. This is super essential because it's really hard to turn just a little bit by just having the stick in the middle. So by doing this, it's a lot easier to control even these small movements. So that is 5 tips you need to know if you play MX bikes. If you are new to MX bikes, join my Discord, as I will have some things that will help you kind of get into MX bikes and the MX bike community, such as Discord servers to join and much more. If you have any questions, just leave a comment or join my Discord. I have a MX Bikes help channel there where I respond to all kinds of questions regarding the game.